All right, so I want to show you this problem. It's in the text, and this is this is an interesting one. T equals RP divided by R plus 2, and they want us to solve for P. So the one thing we want to do here, we want to get rid of fractions, and that means we want to cancel the denominator. So with fractions, the cancel denominator, if you have 3/5, and then let's say we multiply by 5. When you have a number repeated top and bottom, they cancel, and this will just leave 3. Now, this is kind of a shortcut. What's really going on here is 3/5 times, you can call this 5/1. And what will happen here, multiply across, get 3 times 5, 5 times 1, 15/5. And that comes out to 3. And we started out like this. And so what we do is we just kind of cut to the chase. We say, let's leave out all these middle steps and just do that. And we pretend that we just make the top and bottom number cancel, just like we canceled units when we were doing our conversions in chapter 5. Miles above, miles below, the miles would cancel. So in general, what we're going to do, if we take a fraction, multiply by its denominator, we say the denominator and the number now duplicated up here cancel, we would get 1. The same thing with variables. If we have 2 over x plus 3 and we multiply by x plus 3, put this in parentheses, so it looks like it's multiplying by x plus 3 and not times x, and then after that you add 3. We want to multiply by the entire thing all at once. We would say the same thing. Those cancel. We're left with 2. So using this trick, we're going to get rid of the r plus 2 in the bottom there, so we don't have fractions. So we'll multiply by r plus 2. But again, what we do to one side, we have to do to the other. So these cancel. So now what we've got here is r plus 2 in parentheses, and we don't know what this is going to turn into until someone tells us what r is. And we've got this t multiplied to the outside equal to r times p. Now we want to solve for p. So what we want to do is we want to get rid of this r, divide by r. Remember, we're dividing both sides by r. Should be emphasizing that more. But it just so happens on this side, this times r, they're canceling. On this side, it's not going to happen. There's an r in the parentheses, but we needed a times r on the outside to cancel with the divide r. This and this won't cancel. So what we've got, r plus 2 times t, all of it divided by r equals p. So that's one way of doing this problem. There is another way. We can treat this as t over 1 equals rp, r plus 2. because t over 1 and t are the same thing. So this would give us a fraction on this side and a fraction on the other. Now we want fractions. Here's why. We can cross multiply. If we cross multiply, we'll get t times r plus 2 on one side, and then 1 times rp on the other. So this is t r plus 2 equals rp. Again, divide both sides by r. So this entire side is divided by r, but that happens to cancel, and that's, I mean, we wanted to do that. This is one of those situations where dividing the entire side by r is just so convenient because it's like we're just canceling the r's, and that's what we're doing. But here we pay our taxes. We divide this side by r, you have to divide this whole thing, and it just gets messy. So we're just going to say that whole side divided by r. Going to be this. And you might be saying, well, wait a minute, this is a little different because when you did it last time, the t was over here. And that's perfectly fine. With multiplication, order doesn't matter. This is t times whatever's the parentheses here. So in the same way, 3 times 5 equals 5 times 3, t times r plus 2 equals r plus 2 times t. The t can be multiplied on this side or multiplied on that side. It's okay. And so this is also a valid answer. So that's it. If you have any questions, let me know.